Relations between the U.S. and Russia are tense. Business relationships between American and Russian companies a bit more cooperative, and proof of that is evident here in Minnesota. U.S. Russian Innovation Conference is happening right now in St. Paul. It's a three-day event that brings Russian and U.S. business leaders together. Melissa Colorado joins us from the St. Paul Hotel where the conference is taking place. Melissa.
Good morning. On a diplomatic scale, the U.S. and Russian governments could not be further apart, but this conference is meant to bring business leaders together from both the U.S. and Russia. Joining me right now is Secretary of State Mark Ritchie. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mark.
Thank you.
And tell me a little bit about this conference and what this means for Minnesota.
Well, this is a recognition that we are a state that's a leader in innovation. People want to talk about why are Minnesota companies so successful, both innovating new products, but also how we do things. So there was an opportunity to host a conference where our companies, but also our universities, our research centers, our community groups could come together with counterparts from Russia to think about partnerships, how businesses, some of our largest companies have been active and partners with others in Russia for a long time, but many new companies are looking at opportunities, and this is a chance to find out, is there a possibility to help build Minnesota's economy by partnering with those who are also innovative in Russia?
Just yesterday, Russia was ousted out of the G8. What does that mean for the conference when you have all these headlines coming out about the tensions between the United States and Russia? What does that mean for the...
Well, I think it has really been the reason why we've had such a big outpouring of support, because we expected between 100 and 150. There's nearly 250. I think people want to talk and dialogue, especially business. Business has its own agenda. They've made big investments. Many of our companies have made very large investments, but also people-to-people relations have been important throughout our nation's history. They remain important today. Minnesota's always been a leader inside of global dialogue, global discussion, and so I think that whole diplomatic arena has helped fuel the interest in making sure that people are talking to people.
Let's talk about the local companies that have a huge presence in Russia. Can you name a couple of them?
Yes, well, some of our biggest, of course, Cargill and 3M and Ecolab and places like Medtronic, who are very high-tech oriented, but also some of our other companies, Thomson Reuters, which is a global company, KPMG, which is here, is another global company, PAR Systems, a Minnesota high engineering company, very big presence. So you have both the large companies, but also many of the small high-tech. Minnesota has between 40 and 50,000 Minnesotans of Russian descent. Many of those are skilled computer scientists, mathematicians, technicians, and engineers. Some have come here, created businesses, and have links directly. So we have large companies, and we have our small entrepreneurs, our high-tech entrepreneurs.
Well, Secretary Ritchie, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know you have a busy day ahead of you.
Thank you very much.
Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, you'll hear from a Russian business leader who's going to be here in St. Paul. He's going to be talking about what he feels he's going to get out of this conference. Kim and Tim, back to you.
Thank you very much, Melissa.